Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today we are talking about this is modern day slavery. Woman delivers 2 meals with Uber Eats, then she looks at her pay. One of the things I constantly say in the gig economy is that not everybody is built for it, and some people are just not used to the day-to-day of being a gig worker. Sometimes that's because the gig apps actually don't pay as well in certain markets, and sometimes that means you need to look in a different direction. In this case, a woman took to social media and talked about how she was not a fan of how Uber Eats has not been paying out what she believed it would, and who can blame her? So with that said, we are talking about everything that is being said in this article, how it actually is for Doordash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub drivers and customers, and everything in between. So with that said, let's get started. TikTok loves hearing about workplace drama, but one video from a frustrated Uber Eats driver had viewers shocked and outraged at both the creator and the state of the gig economy. Mid-April 2025, TikTok user at 100 that cat lady posted a video about getting paid $7.86 for 2 pickups as an Uber Eats driver. Soon after, her video went viral, garnering over 70,000 views and 4 million views on X. The video received thousands of varied reactions, primarily directed at the new Uber Eats drivers' naive work practices and at Uber Eats itself. The things you do for content, huh? I'm going to leave her TikTok as well as her X profile, apparently, in the description so you can develop your own opinions on the subject. Okay, first and foremost, I know this is going to come across as callous, but this is just even further evidence that not everybody is built for the gig economy, especially if you're a newer gig worker. Because the way gig apps work today and the way gig apps work back in the day when they were paying out much better are not the same thing. You can't get away with a single app anymore, especially with Uber Eats. If you're on Doordash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub and you're expanding further, great. But right now, you're just an Uber Eats driver. And you're expecting Uber Eats to pay you better when you're not even receiving orders from Uber Eats that much, or at least it seems that way. And don't even get me started on the types of orders you're receiving. 2 orders, $7.86 total between the two of them. You're taking no-tip orders that you shouldn't be taking. How much research did you do before getting into the gig economy? Are you familiar with the concept of no tip, no trip? Are you on Doordash? Are you on Uber Eats? You see, these are the questions I would ask a new gig worker and make it clear that you might be doing okay wherever you're going, but you got a lot of work to do in order to stay profitable. And in this case, you only did it for a day and you only made $7.86.
You guys, I'm so poor that I had to sign up for Uber Eats and I just did my first trip. Okay, so I only did 2 deliveries, but I was out driving for 45 minutes and I drove like 8 miles. Do you want to know how much I made? $7.86. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Like, is that even legal? Like, what? What? How do people do this? Like, are you kidding me? That was like my gas money driving around for 45 minutes. The $7 that I made. I'm going home. Fuck this shit.
Classic case of an employee mindset entering an independent contractor world. You don't know what it actually means to be an independent contractor. Have you considered saying no to orders that are upside down like that? Do you even know what a dollars to mile ratio is? Everyone wants to enter all of these apps thinking they're employees of the app. You signed up for Uber Eats. Do you know what it means to be an Uber Eats driver? Obviously, there's not a lot of people that actually know what it means to be an Uber Eats driver, so we're gonna cut her some slack, and the apps don't exactly make it clear on how to really be profitable, especially when those companies fucking suck, but still. This is modern day slavery. The video initially received over 70,000 views and nearly 20,000 likes and over 800 comments on TikTok, mostly from people who gave the creator advice on how to make money from Uber Eats, or criticizing Uber Eats itself. Don't take orders unless they are $1.50 to $2 per mile. Be selective. It will get better. I always make at least $20 an hour, one comment read. You have to decline many to get the good ones, another comment suggested. Don't worry about acceptance rating. Exactly. Like, these are people that have been through it. Are you learning how to do this through other creators or other people? I feel like that's something I struggled with too. I know that this is a very independent gig, if you really think about it. Like, this is you working independently, but that doesn't mean you don't work with other people to learn how to do this more successfully. The comment about Uber Eats were harsher in tone. Quit supporting these companies, one comment read. It's a scam, another read. Still another heated comment read. This is modern day slavery. There's always going to be haters for these companies, and not invalidating them. We all have our gripes with these companies, and there are other ways to make money in this space. Like, you gotta learn to filter out people like this. They will drain your blood until you figure it out. It is a scam. Weeks later, on May 7th, 2025, the TikToker was reposted by Wall Street Apes, an economics-focused right-wing account on X. The posts pulled quotes from TikTok, and despite the account's pro-market political leanings, added their own commentary. Uber is robbing both their customers and drivers, the post read. Okay, before we even approach anything, I have to make this point, especially since we're talking about it. This is not a political channel. This has never been a political channel. I know I bring up political focused topics because they are relevant to the gig economy, but I just want to be as clear as possible. This is not a political channel of any kind. I am simply reacting to the content that is presented to me. This is not a left-wing or a right-wing channel. This is a gig economy focused channel. Let's be clear about that. With 4 million views, 18,000 likes, and nearly 20,000 comments, the post garnered even more attention than the original TikTok. This time, however, many commenters placed the blame on the creator herself. The most popular comments read, "If you don't like the opportunity, turn it down. Don't take it and cry about it. And maybe get a real job. Be more selective about the deliveries you make." And even everyone who knows basic math will figure out Uber Eats is not worth it. That's a scam. They will drain your blood until you figure it out. It is a scam. Okay, the first 1.5 comments were basically hate comments from people with no life value. The point about being selective about the deliveries you make is a valuable point in itself, though. But you're not going to learn that if you have no experience going in. That's the point. Like, I knew that she was new once she got going. I'm not giving her hate for being new. I'm giving her hate for not choosing to learn. If all you did was have a hissy fit and not learn from it, that's a problem. If you got frustrated and then you're like, okay, how can I get better? That's human. The whole math guy, he doesn't know basic math either, so you can ignore him. He has no life value. To sum it up, they suck. While many food delivery drivers make a living wage, a discussion on Reddit about being employed by food delivery apps, and specifically Uber Eats, explained that making enough money to live depended on the app, the area, the time of day, and how much transportation cost the driver. The amount of money each driver varied widely, from a mere $1 per hour to around $21 per hour. First off, on demand is not where it's at. On demand is one of the opportunities you take because it allows you to make more money during times of downtime. Not scheduled out where you should be making more money, in my opinion. But figuring out how it worked best for each driver was a steep and often financially unprofitable learning curve. The company manipulates the system so we make peanuts, the one comment read. The algorithm will usually always reduce the pay with some sort of price adjuster working against our favor. This is what I have noticed. To sum it up, they suck. You know, I thought about that. It is clear that they choose to send orders to people based on how much they're earning, but it's also, they are more of a keep you busy kind of company rather than get you busy kind of company. Most gig apps are like that. So if your acceptance rate is high, they're going to keep sending you more orders, whether it's profitable or not. I do think they will send you bad orders or good orders depending on how much you're making per order. I do think that's the truth, but I don't know how valid that is anymore. I can't tell you how that system works because I never built it. This is my opinion. It's worth what you pay for it. None of you pay me. There you go. Look, if you're a new driver, there is 100% a learning curve that you need to understand. In order for you to become a better driver, the last place you need to learn is from hate commenters or from the companies themselves. Those two sources are not valid sources. The company is going to tell you how to do the work based on what will make them the most money, and commenters on the internet are mostly haters that know life value. The people you want to learn from the most are from other creators doing the work with you. Now, I will say this, that group of people is limited, realistically speaking, and I'm not saying you should subscribe to me because, quite frankly, I am not the person that would resonate the best with everybody, but follow people you find you are going to resonate best with, not just the loudmouth idiot with a talking head. The other thing you should do is diversify your gig portfolio and make sure you're on as many platforms as possible and find what works best in your area, as well as develop an exit strategy, because the gig economy is an income bridge, what would be a long-term goal and not the goal. And another source of which you can learn from other people are communities that are built around teaching you to become a better gig worker. And one of the best places you could accomplish that is through the Driven Wyld Discord server. The Driven Wyld Discord community is exclusive for gig workers looking to expand their knowledge and expertise in their self-employment and entrepreneurial journeys. I've partnered with high-level professionals to bring you some of the most exclusive benefits based on your personal needs as a gig worker. Exclusive professional opportunities and gig postings. More live streams with high-level professionals in our industry. Educational systems designed to help you build your own dispatch company as well as other scalable opportunities. By the way, one of those scalable opportunities that we talk about is building your own delivery service provider. We are changing the game and transforming how businesses serve customers, and now gig workers get greater opportunities. So whether you're a gig worker looking for more opportunities to earn or an exit strategy because the gig economy is an income bridge to what would be a long-term goal and not the goal, if you would like to see something with more growth potential and scalability, there's something here for you. Check the link in the description to get started with making the most amount of money in the least amount of time and in the safest possible way. We are excited and looking forward to helping you secure your financial future. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.